folks? It's your boy Marcos. Wasteland Wednesday. You ever get to the point where you're like so exhausted that you start into delirium and you start getting like a second win? Everyone always talk about like, oh, I got a second win. You know, I'm alright. I got a second win. I always used to laugh about it. I'm like, I don't get second wins, yo. When I'm tired, I go to bed. Like I don't. But you get to a certain point where you start getting delirious and you start doing stuff. Like for example, I was cooking earlier today. I'm exhausted today. I'm dead. I'm tired. I've been working a lot. I just. Man, the fact that I'm making this video is like one of the biggest accomplishments this side of the Mississippi done today, depending on what side of the Mississippi you're on. But I just got to a point of delirium where I got the second win of energy. I'm like, you know what, man? I'm not only going to bang out this video, I'm going to work on a new intro, I'm going to work on a new outro, I'm going to work on a new middle ground, I'm going to work on a new life. I'm going to do like all this like great stuff and ideas that I had out of this delirium. And I'm going to make sure I get to C4 in this bathroom. And I'm like, what the hell? And I remember watching this before I started recording again and still thinking the same thing I thought of at the time. I'm like, why? Husani, for some reason, is running around with knives only down there. I'm running my man my boy Garrick over here. And I'm looking, I'm like, man, this guy just went in over here. Kudos to him for surviving that. A lot of people like that room. Let's talk about that room, man. I mean, it's what makes this channel fabulous. The fact that I can talk about anything and then the fact that I can just pull up like a random topic like that room. That room, I've never considered that room to be too good of an idea. First off, everybody, this is another C4 that I guess I just missed by a couple seconds. Damn, my man, you should have walked a little bit quick over here. This guy managed to pull me over there. I had no more space. I couldn't do anything. That room right there, I mean, it's extremely popular. It's the most popular room in this stage by far. People love that place on the board. They like to stay there. I understand it looks over 2 spawn points on that side. I understand maybe if you have an LMG, it might modestly be effective. But you're pretty exposed when you're coming out of there. And even in the head glitch spot, like, I get a lot of people that head glitch in there easy. Like, it's not that much of an issue for me to get them. And anybody who's got some decent aim will be able to scope them out. I'm sure you guys can get them there as well. They'll get you sometimes, but for the most part, you'll be able to get them out. And then you got 3 entrances to the room, which is the thing that I think made Black Ops 2... why I had to move a lot more in Black Ops 2 than I did in the original Black Ops. In the original Black Ops, I can hold down a room, period. Like, you're just not getting me out of there. I'll move from side to side depending on where you're spawning from. I'm not like sitting in the damn same little spot, but I'm in the same building. I'm in the same vicinity. I'm just playing the spawns in the building, not leaving it. In this game, if you notice, I play a lot more fluid. I move up and down. I go places. I travel. I try to figure out where the next spawn is, where I could be behind them so they don't notice me, depending on where the spawn moves. But that building kind of defeats the purpose, and that's why I had to change. Because most buildings in this game have at least 3 entrances to them, if not more. Very rarely will you find a building that has 2 entrances. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of one. I guess maybe if you want to count, even like there's buildings that hijack though, you could either come underground or you go from up top. There's like a ladder in the back. There's the main entrance over there. So they all have, I can't think of a room right now off the top of my head that only has 2 entrances. Because 2 entrances makes it feasible. Because maybe you lay down a Claymore, you lay down a Bouncing Betty, you lay down some sort of equipment that'll trigger a shock charge in this game, for example, and you cover 1 entrance, and the other entrance obviously is where you're watching. It's pretty easy, and if you manage to get like a teammate or something, then you really could just lock that place down. And I think they made a very conscious effort to not do that, you know, and to the whole anti-camping thing with changing of ghosts so that you have to move, and you add that along with the fact that you just can't really feasibly stay in a building for that long. I mean, there's spots about it. I mean, you know, you always see the people who like put the riot shields like up on top of like the thing and hijack. But those guys are easy to kill too. I mean, just throw an EMP grenade on like the bottom floor, knock out all the equipment, and you're gonna see form in there. I mean, it's not that difficult. But like this room right here, I understand it. It's the nooks and crannies of it. I understand, for example, if you don't play with your brightness too high, it's a very dark room. You might not even be able to see some people. I specifically had to raise my brightness, I remember, because of that room, because of how dark that room was sometimes. But it's just not, it's not too many. You got that whole entrance that overlooks the 2 spawns, where you get that advantage as well, but they see you over there, and oftentimes those spawns flip on the fly, and you might not be able to catch that first dude over there. You think you got 1 spawn covered, and then spawn on the other side, they'll pop you. You got the whole back way, which is an extremely popular path as well, where people are going to be coming at all times. So once that spawn flips, once again, if you're not 100% aware of it, which, I mean, you'll be aware of your spawn flips if you're a good player, but you won't be that aware. Like, you won't be aware enough that, like you'll know it before it happens. Like, you'll have to see a dot come up. You could gamble every once in a while, but not too much. And then for the guy that's actually, you know, that cares a lot, the guy who doesn't want to go in guns blazing in the middle, in that case, you just go up the ladder. and there's really no way to protect it. I mean, I've seen people lay equipment down on it, the shock charges and whatnot. I have engineers, so I see it. But even if I didn't see it, like the placement of it, for example, on the bottom stairwell, there's not much you're going to do on that bottom stairwell. And I'm so glad I took out that Dragonfly with the EMP. Pro move, baby. I love it. Get those extra 100-something points right there, and hopefully this leads me to a streak. I don't really remember, but I mean, you get 3 kills, you take out a Dragonfly, all of a sudden, we're talking a little something. All of a sudden, we're talking about, you know, maybe this goes from being a tight Tuesday to the Wasteland Wednesday. That's what we're saying. We on that blood thirsty. We thirsty for that blood. We pulling up stealth choppers, and I'm noticing my teammates are all dying here. I'm like, what's going on, man? Come on. Please. Garrick, thank you. You're a lifesaver. And they managed to pop that guy over there. I was kind of pissed. I was like, no, I need that tag, man. I need a tag for the damn VSAT. This is not where we want to be right here. But I managed to get the MP assist over there. I'm just trying to wiggle my way into the VSAT. Oftentimes I do this, you know. When I'm not feeling 100% of my game, or when, you know, I'm on a map that I don't really, I mean, I do well in Aftermath, but not too well. You know, the VSAT is a little bit of a struggle sometimes on Aftermath. You wiggle your way through. You get yourself some scavenger packs, you get yourself some EMP tosses, you know, you try to work things out. And once you get the VSAT, then you just let it rip. And I don't know how this guy didn't die, and I'm looking, I'm like, oh, hold up. I thought I was going to come around from behind this guy. Managed to lock and load, pop him right there, we take the lead. Okay. And 50 tags, you know, there's 3 minutes left in the game, or a little bit over almost 4 minutes left in the game. We got ourselves some time here to make some damage. Somebody, oh, the stealth chopper finished that guy off. Thank goodness gracious. Sometimes you just got to get lucky, man. It's a huge part of Call of Duty is getting lucky. And I'm very interested to see, in terms of the ghost maps, one of the things I'm very interested. I mean, it's those small things that really make the game. But it's those small things that they plan out. I mean, it was a conscious decision to make sure that every building had 3 entrances to it, not just 2. Like, for example, this building, you come in through the front over there, you come in through the back, come in through the side. Now, that's not saying that it doesn't get funneled into 2. I mean, eventually you only have the window on the side. But there are 3 ways to get into the building. That already in itself makes it a lot more different. You can still have some choke points where you're able to lay down some bouncing betties, lay down some claymores, some shock charges, but it's not the same effect as, for example, when I was in Black Ops, I knew I could put a claymore here, and I go over there, and there ain't nobody coming in this building. That's taken away, and I'm very interested to see if they bring that back in Ghosts, because Modern Warfare 3 had situations like that too. There was plenty of buildings that did it. I think that was the first step towards not having them, but there were plenty of buildings that you could just man up, you by yourself, me, by myself, and you just take over. So it's going to be interesting. It's those little things that really can make or break the game, and it's interesting when you look at maps, and I really love to be like one of those meetings. And I told Garrick, I'm like, take the tag, man, take the tag. I don't care. I'm close to the VSAP or whatever. I'm going to earn it. I'm a grown-ass man. Somebody's texting me. I tell you, man, every time I get on this video, I get a text message. Oh, it's Amazon. I got this hoodie. Oh, man, I ordered the new Batman game. I was telling my boy Fabi about this earlier. I ordered a new Batman game. Well, it didn't come out yet. The Batman, I think it's called Origins. I don't even know the title of it, man. I just know it's Batman. I'm like, let's do it. And I'm even a big superhero guy, but those games play so well. Oh, I saw they said this creature. Oh, man, I got so much to talk about. Only 2 minutes left. Come on, buddy. Just die, man. Hurry up, man. We're making a video over here. What are you trying to fight me? Come on, man. Golly, this guy didn't get the memo about his whole team passing away. And I was pissed right here because I thought I missed it with the damn C4. I thought I might have got stuck on something, but no, it did not. And then we turn around over there because God knows that spawn's coming. So I ordered the new Batman game. You know, it'll come out, come to the crib, whatever the hell it comes out next Friday. I think it comes out pretty soon. I'm excited for it. And I think that might be, I mean, that and Ghost might be the last games I get for this generation, or at least I was thinking about it. But I got an email from Amazon. It's like, hey, since you recently purchased this new Batman game, you might be interested in this. And it was pretty much just a bunch of list of other games over there, which, by the way, Watch Dogs has been pushed back, if you haven't heard about that. They're saying that earliest April 1st, and that's like being very optimistic, so probably a little bit later than that. It was supposed to come out early to mid-November. So if you're planning on getting that, you might want to invest these $60 somewhere else. Anyway, so it was a bunch of list of games and whatnot, and I was kind of looking at it. I was like, oh, okay. And at the bottom, it was just like hoodies, like just plain white hoodie, $5. Like, word? Let's say word. So I looked at it, and I was like, hey, it's 100% Eastern European cotton. Like, yeah, I get down with that. So I ordered this hoodie. Came with Amazon Prime 2 days. And, I mean, it's not the best hoodie, but for $5, wow, this is an amazing deal. It's a very nice plain white hoodie. I mean, I'm not racist or anything, but it is just plain white hoodie. And I might be ordering some other different color hoodies. There's like 1 million colored hoodies. So I might just, my gear for the winter might just be the same hoodie in like 16 different colors. Let's see if anybody knows. I'll go crazy. And there we go. Still getting text messages from them. Golly. Or maybe not 16. I mean, $5. Let's say we get 20 of them. So 20 different hoodies. $5. That's $100 I spend right there. Clothe myself for the winter. Not a bad idea. But I saw Assassin's Creed trailer, man. Black Flag. And I mean, I've been doing the walkthroughs over there. If you haven't checked them out on the weekends for Assassin's Creed 2, it's still my favorite Assassin's Creed. It's amazing. And I was planning on not getting Black Flag. I was planning on getting when I get the Xbox One. I was like, you know what? I'll get the Black Flag. It'll be my first next-gen game. I'm probably still gonna do it. I'm still gonna hold off on it. But man, those trailers look good. Almost look as good as my 51 and 15 right here with the 37 confirms. Unfortunately, we had a waste of time on these guys, but it's aftermath. You know, las cosas tardan un poco. But that new trailer for Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Ooh, and the thing about those trailers is you know the game's never going to be as good as the trailer. Like, it just isn't that good as the trailer. But man, are those trailers hot. And man, do they suck you in. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a great Wednesday, everybody.